Hey guys, welcome to Brick Hub. Today I'm going to review the Mezco 112 Collective Silent Screamers Nosferatu Symphony of Horror. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Also, check out our Instagram page. So first things first, looking at the box, it's the standard shoebox sized Mezco, and there's really nothing on any of the other sides except on the bottom it has some of the safety labels as well as the Mezco exclusive label. Opening up the packaging, we have 3 layers of trays here. We have the top one with the Nosferatu figure, and then the second and third trays are just more accessories. Now, the second tray, it looks like we have the 3 bats, the 2 werewolves, and the smoke effect. And then the third tray, we have the cloak as well as the display stand and the figure holder. Now, underneath all of that, something that was a little bit surprising to me, you get this sticker, and it's just like the one on the box. It's textured, and it was this was a pretty nice surprise. I don't think I've ever seen Mezco do anything like this, but if you wanted a old school movie style poster, this comes in the form of a sticker in the package, so I thought that was pretty cool. So this is the Nosferatu Count Orlok out of the package, and you can see that he has some of the werewolves on the sides as well as some of the bats. And I didn't pull out all the accessories because this set has way too many. But just starting off with the action figure itself, I mean, look at that face. So I've never really been into Rumble Society much, and this is only my 3rd figure. I didn't get the original Count Orlok, but I mean, this thing is pretty cool. It looks kind of like the character from the Nosferatu movie, Count Orlok. Now, as far as articulation goes, I've played around with it a little bit, but that's a little bit disappointing. I would have expected double jointed elbows there, but it can't really go past 90. The arms, because of the coat, can't really go much higher than this. And this is about as far back and as far forward. So the articulation is pretty limited. The legs are pretty good. I mean, it's a little past 90, not like a super impressive amount, but the cool thing is just more of how accurate it is, and they did this paint texture on the bottom that I thought was pretty cool. Like, most of this is really smooth felt, and then you get down to the bottom and it feels like it might even crack on you. Which just makes it feel older, so that's kind of cool. The ankles have a crazy amount of articulation for a Mezco figure, and I've complained about this a lot in the past, but Mezcos, they look great, but they do not articulate, and for this figure, most of it does not articulate, but the ankles are really, really great. Now, he does come with this hat that he can put on, and he comes with this cloak, but basically it's just like molded to his head, so you can just fit on just like that. And he comes with this, oh, he's not standing, but he comes with this coat that you can put over him. I guess it looks like you might have to pull the head off first, so you pull the head off, put this coat on, and this is basically supposed to be kind of what he wears when he goes out in broad daylight, so that he's not burning in the sun. And basically this is how he comes out. I think that looks pretty good. I know some of the promo pics have his like face covered too. Like you could do that. The top of the collar is able to, it's a separate piece, so it can move up and down, and it's got Velcro here. So I don't know, I think that looks pretty cool. And the coat also has the same detail where it's cloth here and then the painted bottoms. And oh, it looks like there's a hole here on here, so he can have his arms hanging out. So let's see what that looks like with both arms hanging out. And this hat, while it's molded to the head, it doesn't really stick in very well. I think it would have been nice if they put a magnet in the bottom of that and then in the top of the head, so it would stay on better, but still pretty good. That's what he looks like with the arms hanging out. I'm gonna move him over to the side real quick. The werewolves, I think they look really good in terms of the paint detail, and the eyes are glow in the dark. So let me see, I'm gonna shine this, or put this right next to the light and turn off the light. You can sort of see it. It's not a super dark room. I don't have all the lights off, but I mean the details are very, very nice, and you know, you can see it's got some cuts here. He's bleeding. And it's got some pretty good weight to it. The only thing I really don't like about this figure is that it has zero articulation. It's literally just something you set down and look at it. And same thing goes for the other werewolf. And this werewolf has cut over here, and I guess more cuts on the side right here. But overall, no articulation, but very, very detailed. You know, if you kind of just imagine they're kind of like statue pieces, they're pretty good. And he comes with this lantern, and there's no light up function, unfortunately. I would have liked it to just be like a plastic that's got like a stained glass sort of finish, but it's just painted on a solid material, so there's no light shining through it. But he can carry this around, and you know, this hinge wiggles around right there. Now, one of the cool things about this figure set here is, so there's the stand, and then there's the waist grabber, but there's also the thing they used to put for the cape holder for the Sovereign Knight Batman, and they give you these bendy wires that you can stick into the back of the bats, and you can kind of get this flying effect from them, which I thought was pretty clever. I really didn't expect that to happen. And for the final major accessory, you get this smoke effect. I've never been like, I don't know, I like them in the pictures, but I don't really like the way they ever come out. And I mean, I don't know, I guess that looks okay, but it's just, I don't know, it feels flimsy, it feels cheap, and I've never successfully used the Mezco smoke effects and thought, oh wow, this looks really good. There's just so many other things to use as smoke that I think look better. And really quick before I go over the extra heads, you do have 5 extra hands, different poses obviously, as well as 6 rats. Now these are just like the werewolves, where I mean you literally just stick them somewhere and then you really don't do much with them, but I don't know, I guess they look pretty cool. And it's always better than not having enough accessories. Here's a look at one of the alternate heads. It's basically the same as the regular one, except it's a little bit angrier. The nose is kind of becoming a snout there, and he's like, I don't know, either getting ready to bite into a victim's neck or he's screaming. But either way, you know, very, very nice head sculpt. Just for comparison, here is the regular head. This one's definitely bigger and a little bit more animated. I guess I didn't know that like his nose was supposed to change too when he's kind of becoming the vampire. But again, you know, the articulation is just so limited on this figure. No up and down. I guess the turning is pretty good. The tilt is actually pretty good there. And then you have one final head here where it's him being, you know, part of his head is exposed to the sunlight, and he's kind of melting away, and he's kind of screaming in pain. I really like this head because the ear is really burning away, whereas on the other side that's, I guess, still in the shade, it still manages to be whole, but like, you know, he has the pointy ear it's all going away, and his eyes are kind of getting burnt in, and I think that looks really, really cool. So that's definitely a nice addition to this figure. So that's pretty much it on this review. Overall, I think for the retail price of, I think 95 bucks is what I paid, it's pretty good for that. But, you know, I think the going rate right now is like 200, maybe 220. I would not pay that much for this figure. Like, it's a great figure, don't get me wrong, but it's just not $220 good. Now, as far as accessories and the value, like, I mean, it's just so easy to justify the cost. And I don't know, I feel like we don't get many $95 figures that come with the figure and all the extra character, or I guess supporting cast, if you will. I mean, 3 heads, 5 extra hands, and the mice, bats, and the werewolves. It's really easy to create a display, and I'm probably gonna have to come up with some creative display options so that I can showcase this figure. But anyways, what do you guys think about this figure? Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Thanks guys, bye.